When you walk away, this is what happens in their mind. By Carl Jung. Have you ever wondered what goes on in a narcissist's mind when you walk away? The strange thing about narcissism is that it is both all-consuming and incredibly fragile. The narcissists can be all take and no give. And when you start to pull away, setting healthy boundaries and removing yourself from their grasp, they experience a crisis. You are part of their reality structuring fantasy. So when you go, you take a chunk of their make-believe world with you. But then they quickly fill that void with more lies and deception. Welcome back to this channel on narcissism. I'm the host. You become a fixture in their thoughts, a constant presence that they can't seem to shake. Suddenly, everything they do revolves around you. They think about what you're doing, who you're with, what you're wearing. Even if you were the one who initiated the breakup, they still can't let go. And it doesn't matter how much time has passed since you last saw each other or how many attempts you've made to move on. The malignant narcissist combines the grandiosity, entitlement of the narcissist with the callousness and antisocial behavior of the psychopath. This combination creates a toxic and dangerous individual who is not only self-centered but also malicious and vindictive. They become consumed with anger and frustration and can lash out in unpredictable ways. The narcissist feels humiliated and disgraced when you walk away, and they need to regain control of the situation. They need to make you understand that you have made a mistake, and so they enter into a rage state. They may scream, yell, throw things, and say horrible and hurtful things. They believe that they are the center of the universe and that everything revolves around them. When you walk away, they feel like nothing has meaning anymore, and they don't know how to cope with the emptiness. The narcissist is desperate to feel important and loved again, and so they may threaten to end their own lives if you don't come back to them. This is a form of manipulation and control, and should never be taken lightly. If a narcissist is threatening to harm themselves, it is important to take action to ensure their safety while also setting healthy boundaries. Reaching out to mental health professionals or law enforcement may be necessary. It is crucial to remember that you are not responsible for their actions, and you should not feel guilty or manipulated by their threats. They may also engage in self-destructive behaviors such as substance abuse or risky sexual behavior. The narcissist is out of control and they are dangerous. They are masters at manipulating and controlling people, and they won't let go either. But it's important to remember that you are not alone. There are resources available to help you through the process. And it's important to take care of yourself during this time. Seek support from friends and family members, and don't be afraid to ask for professional help. Remember that you deserve to be happy and free from the toxic behavior of a narcissist. It's not easy, but it's possible. With time and effort, you can move on from this experience and create a better future for yourself. You got this. Thanks for tuning in. Please join our community of survivors of narcissistic abuse. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel on narcissism. When you walk away from a malignant narcissist, you are no longer a source of supply for them. They can no longer control or manipulate you, and this loss of control sends them into a rage. When you walk away, they completely disregard your boundaries and attempt to force their way back into your life. They don't care about your feelings or how their actions may affect you. They just want what they want, and they will do whatever it takes to get it. Narcissists have no respect for personal boundaries, and they will violate your privacy, ignore your wishes, and disregard your feelings. They may show up at your house unannounced, call you repeatedly, or send you unwanted messages. They may also try to pressure you into giving them information that you are not comfortable sharing. Narcissists have a total disregard for the rights and feelings of others, and when you walk away, they don't take no for an answer. They feel threatened and scared, and their fear manifests into anger and resentment. The malignant narcissist feels that they have been wronged and that you owe them something. So they may try to punish you by spreading rumors about you, harming your reputation, or even physically harming you. They won't rest until they have made you pay for what they perceive as your betrayal. For a narcissist, once they fixate on someone, that person becomes their entire universe. And when you leave, they can't help but wonder what you're doing now. Are you thinking about them? Are you with someone else? How could things have been different? It drives them crazy not knowing these things, not being able to control the narrative. It consumes their thoughts, and they can't focus on anything else. All they can think about is you and how to get you back. And sometimes that means reaching out to you through manipulation tactics such as guilt tripping or love bombing, trying to win you back. Other times, however, the narcissist may try to replace you, but no one can ever take your place in their heart. They may bring new people into their lives, but they're always comparing them to you. Who do you think you are? You're just a poor substitute. The narcissist is obsessed with you because they accept the fact that you are no longer in their life. They need to know what you're doing every second of every day. They need to be a part of your life. even if you're not a part of theirs. It is a way for them to exert control over you and maintain a sense of power and dominance. It's their way of coping with the loss and the rejection. In today's episode, we're going to look at what happens in their mind when you finally walk away. If you're new here, please join our community of survivors of narcissistic abuse. Let's jump into it. They have a way of making you feel like you are the only person in the world when you are with them. But behind closed doors, they can also be manipulative and controlling. When you walk away from a narcissist, their sense of grandiosity takes a major hit. They feel like they have lost something valuable, something that made them feel special and important. Narcissists thrive on attention and admiration. They need to be the center of everyone's universe. But when you walk away, they suddenly find themselves pushed to the sidelines. No longer are they the most important person in the room, and it's a feeling they can't get used to. They try to convince themselves that you weren't worth their time anyway, that you are lucky to have lost them. But deep down, they're hurting. Their grandiose sense of self is shattered, and they do and know how to put the pieces back together. They may lash out at you, trying to hurt you as much as they can. They may spread rumors about you, trying to tarnish your reputation, but ultimately, their actions are just a reflection of their own pain and suffering. They assume that you will come back. It's hard for us to understand why anyone would leave them, because in their mind, they are so irreplaceable. They assume that there is no one else out there like them, that you will come crawling back. And they do assume that you will come crawling back because they've done this dance before. Before they have someone convinced that they're the greatest person in the world, only to have that person leave and come back weeks or months later. A little voice inside them may say, "Hey, maybe this person really was better off without me." But they push that thought aside, because it doesn't feel good to acknowledge their own flaws. Instead, they convince themselves that the reason you left was because of some circumstance beyond your control, such as having to move or some other major event. And so when you do come back, they play up the hero role, taking you back with open arms, and making you feel so loved and appreciated. They may even use this as an opportunity to warn you about how dangerous the outside world is, and how lucky you are to be back in their loving embrace. However, once you leave again, they'll probably tell others that you weren't ready for them, and that's why you left. They'll never admit that they had anything to do with you leaving. Number 2, you become an object of their obsession. So, when you leave a narcissist, you don't just leave their life. No. 3, their sense of grandiosity suffers a major blow. If you have ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, you know that they can be incredibly charming and charismatic people. No. 4, their malignant narcissism manifests. Malignant narcissism is a combination of narcissism and psychopathy. They enter into a rage state. When a narcissist experiences a threat to their ego, they enter into a rage state. No. 6, they completely disregard your boundaries. Disregarding boundaries is a common tactic that narcissists use to manipulate and control those around them. No. 7, they may become suicidal. When you walk away from a narcissist, they may threaten to harm themselves in order to manipulate you into coming back. In conclusion, when you walk away, this is what happens in their mind. By Carl Jung, walking away from a narcissist is one of the toughest things you'll ever have to do.